Hey, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. How are you?
I am good.
Good. You ready? You ready for an interview?
I am totally ready.
Awesome. When did you first start making music?
I first started making music 4 years ago. I was 13. I'm 17 now. But I was 13, and it was something that I was really interested in and try to get better and better all the time. But the first instrument I learned was piano, and I was about 7. I originally had started taking classical lessons, and then I stopped. But I started teaching myself as well. So piano, and then I played trombone and guitar and bass as well.
FlipFlops333 said, "Did you ever imagine that you'd be playing in huge music festivals when you were young, or did you ever think you would ever be a big thing like this?"
I like how it's flip-flops, not flip-flop. It has to be more than one flip-flop. Yeah. I never imagined it, and I'm so lucky to have been able to do it at so young, and just being able to, like I said, share my music and share what I like to do as a passion and be able to do it in front of these huge crowds. It's really amazing. I got to share the stage of a lot of my heroes that I loved growing up and listening to, and being able to say that I played at the same place as all of them was really an incredible experience. So yeah, it's just always really surreal whenever I get the chance.
So this is one from Adriana XX1. She wants to know, how do you start on a remix?
Typically with a remix, I'll take more than a few listens to the original track just to get what that the original is conveying, and I'll start with piano, sort of build what I think it should sound like around it with the piano, and then think of a direction that I want to go with it, put my own taste and my own sort of take on the song, and just from there I start building it out. And a lot of times you definitely want to keep elements of the original song in it because I think that's important. But at the same time, you have to add your creative taste and your artistic taste and sort of blend them together like that.
Have you ever felt discouraged by anyone or have stage fright? And if so, how did you overcome it?
I try not to let anyone discourage me because I think that's not the right attitude to go about with it. And in terms of stage fright, not really. The very first, 10 seconds to a minute of going up on stage, there's always definitely this feeling, but it's sort of anxiety and nervousness, especially for the first show. But the more shows that I've been doing, it's just they're so exciting that I just want to go up there. I want to play and just start the show as soon as possible.
Dome C wants to know, what's the hardest thing about producing electronic music?
The hardest thing about producing electronic music is definitely trying to keep a sound that's original and can be identified as your sound, and just not being one and the same. There's so many people producing electronic music right now, and to really keep your identity is always definitely a challenge. And I try to throw in something new, or just something that's new in the sense that it hasn't been heard in a while, and that's why I take influences from a lot of 80s and the 90s stuff that I've been listening to, even 70s, anything really that growing up that I had a chance to listen to.
Shubs03 wants to know, if you had something different, if you had to do something different than being, say, a DJ or like an electronic musician, what would it be?
I've always wanted to be a marine biologist. That's definitely not DJing and production, you know what I mean? But I just always took a liking to sea life and just sort of exploring more of that scientifically. And I've always been really interested in the deep sea as well, because there's so much that we haven't discovered there. It's something that I really want to just say, hey, I was part of a team that either discovered something or just found a breakthrough. And same thing with space. I love space. Astronauts.
Okay, I have one last one, and this is from Stanley13795, and he says, would you please say waddle on?
Woo! Waddle on, Club Penguin. Waddle on!
Nice.
Waddle.